90s country beauties, then versus now. While some still shine with that timeless charm, other transformations are jaw-dropping. You've got to see it to believe it. Emmylou Harris defined the cosmic American music sound, racking up 14 Grammys and collaborating with the tragic Graham Parsons. Famously, she embraced her premature gray hair in her 20s, refusing to dye it for vanity. Now, the silver-haired icon continues to tour and runs Bonaparte's Retreat, a rescue shelter for dogs facing euthanasia. Juice Newton dominated early 80s and 90s radio with Angel of the Morning, bridging the gap between pop and country. Despite selling millions, she faced significant industry battles, switching labels multiple times to maintain creative control over her sound. Today, she still sports her signature mane on tour, though she keeps her personal life remarkably private in San Diego. Crystal Gayle stepped out of Sister Loretta Lynn's shadow with Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue and hair that literally swept the floor. Maintaining that signature ankle-length look required hours of daily grooming and strictly no scissors. Now a Grand Ole Opry member, she still performs, keeping those famous locks flowing. Anne Murray was the Canadian powerhouse who paved the way for Shania Twain, scoring big with Snowbird and winning 4 Grammys. After decades of touring, she confessed she was tired of the suitcase life and finished with singing. Since retiring in 2008, she spends her days golfing and strictly avoiding the recording studio. Janie Fricka began as one of the most in-demand backup singers in Nashville, voicing over 5,000 radio jingles before landing her own hits like He's a Heartache. She dominated the CMA Awards in the early 80s before radio trends shifted. Today, she revitalizes her classic hits on tour and designs home goods, proving her versatility remains intact. Barbara Mandrell was the definition of an entertainer, hosting a hit variety show and topping charts. Her career hit a terrifying halt in 1984 during a near-fatal head-on car collision that left her with temporary memory loss. She officially retired in 1997 to focus solely on family, completely leaving the spotlight behind. Gayle Davies shattered Nashville's glass ceiling as the first female artist to produce her own records, fighting executives to control her sound on hits like Grandma's Song. Despite industry pushback for her autonomy, she became a role model for women in music. Today, she continues writing and performing, recently releasing a detailed autobiography. Patti Smith originally rocked the charts with Scandal's The Warrior before her massive crossover ballad with Don Henley became a 90s staple. Famously, she once turned down a lucrative offer to replace David Lee Roth in Van Halen. Now, she continues to release solo music and has been married to tennis legend John McEnroe since 1997. Lee Greenwood is the outlier here, immortalized by his patriotic anthem, God Bless the USA, that surges in popularity during every national crisis. He notoriously filed for bankruptcy in the early 90s before rebuilding his empire. Now in his 80s, he remains a political fixture, performing at inaugurations and selling branded Bibles. Laurie White possessed a soulful voice that scored hits like Now I Know, and even landed her a role alongside Tom Hanks in Cast Away. Her diverse career spanned producing and acting until tragedy struck. Diagnosed with a rare and aggressive peritoneal cancer, she passed away in 2018, leaving a legacy of artistic fearlessness. Bonnie Raitt is the slide guitar virtuoso who blended blues and country, creating the heart-wrenching standard, I Can't Make You Love Me. Her success came after a hard-fought battle for sobriety, ditching alcohol and drugs to resurrect her career in her 40s. Today, she remains a Grammy-winning force, stunning audiences with her raw vocals. Dawn Sears was the powerhouse voice often heard backing Vince Gill and the Time Jumpers, revered by peers as one of Nashville's best vocalists. Her career was cut short when she was diagnosed with lung cancer, despite living a healthy, non-smoking lifestyle. She fought the disease publicly to raise awareness, but passed away in 2014. Paulette Carlson provided the gritty, distinctive vocals for Highway 101, driving hits like Whiskey If You Were a Woman. She famously left the band at their peak for a solo career that struggled to gain traction, eventually leading to a brief reunion. Now, she lives a quiet life in Montana, occasionally performing for veterans' causes. Sylvia skyrocketed to fame with the crossover smash Nobody, selling millions of records in the early 80s. Feeling suffocated by the industry's demand for a glossy pop image, she walked away from the limelight to find authenticity. Today, she works as a certified life and business coach, helping others navigate their own career transitions. Gretchen Peters is the songwriting genius behind Martina McBride's Independence Day, penning lyrics that tackled domestic violence when others played it safe. Inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, she spent decades performing her own compositions. In 2023, she officially retired from touring to focus on writing and rest, ending a relentless life on the road. Deborah Allen blurred the lines between country and pop with her sultry hit, Baby I Lied, using a production trick that layered her vocals for a unique sound. Beyond singing, she penned hits for other stars, proving her songwriting chops. She remains active in Nashville today, hosting a show on SiriusXM and releasing new albums. Becky Hobbs, known as the Beckaroo, brought high-energy piano performances to country music with hits like Jones on the Jukebox. A direct descendant of Cherokee beloved woman Nancy Ward, she channeled her heritage into writing the classic Angels Among Us for Alabama. Today, she continues to perform and write musicals about her ancestral history. Charlie McClain was a radio staple with Who's Cheatin' Who and her frequent duets with Mickey Gilley. Despite her photogenic fame and chart success, she prioritized her personal life, stepping away from the industry in the late 80s to care for her ailing mother. She remains retired, living a private life on a Tennessee farm. Jennifer Hansen might be known for her 2002 hit Beautiful Goodbye, but she actually cut her teeth in the late 90s music scene. After a brief stint as a recording artist, she found her true calling behind the scenes, penning #1 hits for other artists. Today, she is a successful Nashville songwriter and vocal coach. Lynn Anderson became an international phenomenon with I Never Promised You a Rose Garden, a song that crossed over into pop markets worldwide. Her later years were unfortunately marred by legal struggles, including multiple arrests for DUI that overshadowed her musical legacy. She passed away from a heart attack in 2015, leaving behind a massive discography.